Okay, we have
What?
Barry Gibbs.
What?
Yeah, we're just gonna tell a little bit about your story because I'm here. I've been watching some videotape about your life. Just tell us who you are, where you're going, what you're about.
Oh, I am. I'm a man of many lives. That's who I am. I'm a man that keeps coming back. Right now, I'm living a life of luxury. I'm living a life of peace. And I'm just relaxing. I suffered many, many years in prison for a crime I didn't commit. And finally got exonerated after 19 years. And the detective that framed me on the crime, he got convicted of murdering 8 people, and he got sentenced to 100 years plus 100 years. I got my day in court with him. I was able to have closure with him. I was able to go on with my life, enjoy my life. I go on trips. I help other people out. I'm there for my other friends and other people. And
Barry, I see an American flag as I'm standing there.
go ahead.
Yeah, I see it in the back by the light. How are your feelings about America these days?
I love America. Years ago, I was in the Vietnam War, and in order to live in California, because I was stationed in California, I had to buy myself a wig because I was ashamed of being an American.
Wow.
Because they were against the Vietnam War and the protests. And it was about free love in the 60s when I was out there. So it was difficult for me to live out there and be a veteran. And because of that, and because of the Vietnam War, I never even registered to vote. Because I wasn't patriotic and I wasn't, I really wasn't, I just felt depleted. I felt like the country abandoned me. And now, ever since 9/11, and us fighting different wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, and I feel more pride for the United States, and I feel more patriotic, and I'm full of veterans.
Wonderful. Now, all the years you spent in jail, would you say? I know you were part of the Innocence Project.
The Innocence Project had my case for 7 years.
Yeah.
The Innocence Project had my case for 7 years. There was DNA in my case. They couldn't find it. They kept on giving excuses. It was lost. There was a fire. It was misplaced. They can't find it. And for 7 years, the Innocence Project had my case. And after the 7 years, the Innocence Project was unable to handle my case because I had no DNA in my case. They couldn't find it. So they were transferring me over to another project. It was called the Second Look Project. It's run by a guy by the name of Orlinsky. He's an attorney. And his organization handles cases of people who say or profess that they're innocent, and they have no DNA. If your case is strong enough, they'll look at your case. So what happened was, before Eppolito got arrested, and before I heard of the name Eppolito on the radio, I got the part that I was up there. I said something just before that.
Let me just ask you something else, not to change the subject, but what would you say, if you could say to youth, anybody, any people in general, about what it's like to be in jail and to know you're innocent for, how many years was it, 19 years?
19 years.
19
Very
years.
difficult.
I mean, how do you live with that experience and Vietnam?
I'll put it to you this way. I met people in jail, they said to me, Barry, if they ever offered you a cop-out, in other words, if I ever got a reversal on my case, would you take that cop-out and would you, go home? I said, listen, I would never take a cop-out because I am innocent. I am not guilty. I don't take cop-outs. I'll go to the end. What happened was, Eppolito got arrested out in Las Vegas on tax evasion and drug trafficking. And when the DEA agents went into his house to look for the drugs, they found 3 files in his house. One in particular file was mine, and it was the whole police file that should have never left the police department. It should have stayed there. When Eppolito was asked by the DEA agents what was he doing with this file, he told them that he was going to make a movie out of it. Well, when I heard that Eppolito got arrested out in Las Vegas, I called my attorneys up. They told me, congratulations, overwhelming. I says, well, what's going to happen now? They said, don't worry, we'll see what happens. The wind-up was, they sent 2 DEA agents up, or 2 FBI agents, whatever they were. I think they were DEA. And they sent these guys up. And they talked to me. And they asked me about the case. And I told them that I remember about the pictures that Eppolito took of me before he beat me in the precinct, the Polaroid pictures. And I told the DEA agents about those pictures, and that I said that he showed them to the eyewitness before he brought the eyewitness up to view me. And when they went, they re-investigated my case, and I told them about it. And when they approached the witness, the only eyewitness in this case, and he asked about me, the eyewitness broke down and cried to the DEA agents. And he said, I'm glad you finally came to get me. He says, I can't live with this anymore. Wow. He says, yeah, he says, I'm telling you the truth. He says, Eppolito threatened me and my family if I wouldn't pick Barry Gibbs out of the lineup. And that's why he picked me out of the lineup. I met the kid. I met him. I met him a few years ago.
So he had remorse, at least.
Yeah, and he asked me for forgiveness.
Oh, did you forgive him?
I forgive everybody, I don't forget. He's got to live with that guilt, not me.
Yeah.
I'm living a life of luxury now.
Yes. You were a postman. You were,
and
right?
I loved the job. They just never paid enough money.
Right. But
I met influential people. I knew Georgette Morse-Packer. Her husband was Secretary of Defense years ago. I knew Carl Icahn. I knew Peter Falk's mother. I knew William Buckley Jr.
Oh, what area in New York did you live?
Sutton Place South.
Oh.
Very prestigious area.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, Mario Cuomo just moved into one of the buildings down there a few years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
How'd you like to deliver his mail?
I would, because I'd like to talk to him about a friend of mine that's doing 25 to life in jail for a crime he didn't commit.
How prevalent?
Cuomo was the only governor that gave clemencies every year. And then when he got replaced by Pataki established a parole board that nobody can go home anymore. Because to him it's a business. Prison system's a business, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And they're losing a lot of money.
Yeah. Next, you want a question? Okay, I'm just watching you, waiting for the next.
Next, I'm waiting for the next.
Okay, I'm going to ask you something else.
Sure.
Yeah, well,
where's this going? In the wire, or is this going to is this going into that one?
It's going to the Carol Jeanish YouTube, if you'll let me. Because we're sitting here talking, and I'm watching some of what you've kept through the years, some of the news or articles, 60 Minutes, and
I got a whole folder in there.
You've got a folder, and you've got a book in your mind. You don't have a book. You'd like to have a book. So this is going to, we're going to put this on. We're going to look for your book, for an author, and I get some of the proceeds.
You can be my partner.
Okay, I'm your partner in crime. This is all on video here. Anyway, this is a great man who's lived just a life that turned into such a tragedy. And imagine being your innocent.
You imagine I just met my grandchildren 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
2.5 years ago.
Wow. And being behind bars, and you were just delivering the mail.
On my day off, election day.
Election day, which was so...
I'll never forget it. They asked me about elections.
Oh, yeah. I was asking, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was asking you. But, shall we say goodbye? What else would you like? I think you have, like, there's more to your story of you as a human being. That's
absolutely.
Not just these. Maybe we'll do a take two another day.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely.
So we'll say goodbye for now.
All right.
And then we'll have a Barry Gibbs take
I hope
two.
I find somebody that's willing to make this book.
We need it, but I think an audio tape is good, and I think the video is good because you've got such personality.
I'll give you the morph tape if you want.
The what tape?
You can have the morph tape.
Oh.
That's your idea.
Well, yeah. Okay.
You know,
Adios.
I don't really know, You know, if I really wanted to push this story, I think I could push it. I think I could sell it out of you like that.
But you don't need the money,
I
sir.
know.
Let's say we don't need the money. You don't need the money. No, the man has. What is it when you're compensated for? He was compensated in New York City for this.
I got the largest civil rights lawsuit settled in the city of New York.
And that's something
in the history of New York.
In the history of New York, that's something. So it's not the money I think he's after, but I think it's for people to know the story and how the justice system is not always just.
And not only that, but how you can take naive people who never had any problems with the law other than a parking ticket or a speeding ticket, and how the whole law can wrap you up and take you in because you, as an individual, knowing that if you're innocent, you're going to do everything possible to help the police. You're not going to fight with them. And it didn't work out that way. Now, if I get stopped for a traffic ticket, I'm the worst. Forget about it.
Forget about it.
They want to throw me in jail. I had an accident with somebody. The neighbors had to pull me away.
Yeah.
They hit my car, and then I wind up having an argument with the girl because the girl wasn't driving. It was the kid that was driving. And they were telling the cop, and then the cop comes over to me.
Right.
And I said, "Oh, who are you, lady?" And I just went off on the cop.
Well, they pushed your buttons.
Yeah.
You're a man who's been, a little thing can certainly hurt, make you feel like.
It was a rough. Let me tell you something. It was a rough, lonely 19 years, and it gave me plenty of time to think of who I am. And what I've become, some things of me I love, and some things of me I don't like. But I'm trying to correct them. I go for help, and I just keep wanting to get better. That's it.
Yeah.
I suffer every day because I took a tremendous loss. You can't give me back what I lost. You can't give me my parents. You can't give me the relationship I had with my son back. I'm getting it back, doing it myself, but you can't give me those things back.
Life is a precious thing.
Money only makes it easier, like my lawyer said.
Yeah.
It makes it easier. I don't have to worry anymore. It does make it easier.
Yeah.
But I still got these scars. And then after that, I had major surgery. I had colon cancer. I had my gallbladder removed. I had major surgery. I was dying within the last 2 years.
Yeah, but you're here.
And I'm here, and I'm strong.
You're strong, and I think we were just thinking, how can you make the best of your life now?
And
I think if you have a message, that's why we're going to.
You know what the best of my life is?
What is it, Barry?
When I can wake up every morning and know that I can go out that door.
That's what you were saying.
That's it.
And looking at that window.
And out that window, when I stand and I just go out into space right here. That's
what he gets to look at.
That's it. I go out into space.
Yeah, and you have it all. You have your life, and you live through a lot.
I have great friends. I got a great family, and my life moves up.
Yeah, it's great that you can say that.
It's good. And we meet nice people along the way, and that's it.
Like me.
There you go.
Me, Carol Simon. You're going to say who I am.
There you go. From the colony.
Oh, don't. now. People are going to come knocking at my door.
Oh, lock the door.
Okay.
They're going to look for you.
No, I'm just kidding. Not unless I'm up for arrest. You know, they're going to get my... Who knows? Now I have just I'm listening to your story, and I'm a little scared.
Why?
What can happen to a human being, an innocent human being?
Would you imagine just and not knowing anything? I mean, not having any idea, any clue in the world of what was going on.
Right.
I had no clue.
Yeah.
Until I got thrown into that unmarked car, smacked in the back of the head, and brought to the precinct. I had no idea what he was talking about.
Right.
And then when he showed me the picture of the deceased, I said to myself, what is this guy, nuts? I don't know who this person is. I couldn't even see who the person was. I didn't know.
Right.
And then I'm getting beat up for that? Because I said I didn't know? Come on. That's the system? I don't think so. But
do you believe the system? Do you
I go on speaking engagements talking about the criminal injustice system.
Good.
And how easy it is to get caught up in it. And how stupid it is that we have people that are supposed to do a job correctly and properly.
Right.
Properly. And then they go over and they do whatever they want to do.
Right.
You know, they can convict anybody they want to convict. They can plan anything they want to plan and do whatever they want to do. And that's scary.
It is scary.
Because I thought this is a democracy here. To me, it's more like a police state. There's more people locked up in the United States. There's over 2 million people locked up in the United States. And according to the other countries, like China, Japan, they got over 200,000 inmates. Why is it they got more people living in their country and less people in jail, and we got less people living in our country and more people in jail? Can you explain that to me?
Very good question.
I know.
Very good question.
That's the system.
Well, some reform. Could you be part of a reform effort?
We are. Every day the Innocence Project does reforms. They do a lot of policies and procedures.
Right.
They have different offices. When I first came out.
Yeah.
When I first got out.
Yep.
The Innocence Project never had a headache like they had with me, because I had nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have a Social Security card. I didn't have a driver's license. I didn't have any food. I didn't have a place to live. They were struck with those problems. And you know what happened after they got those problems?
Yep.
They realized they got to do more.
Mm-hmm.
So they started, now they got 2 social workers working in the Innocence Project because of me.
Great.
Right? And all of the problems that they encountered with me now, they're able to pass on to the other guys that are getting out throughout the country. And there's a lot of us. There's a lot of us.
I really didn't know the extent of the problem.
There's over 275 guys out. I get together with them once a year.
Right.
I don't know about the 275 of them.
Right.
But a lot of them, I get together with at least 80 or 90 of them. Every year we go to different states and we get together. They call us a subculture.
Yeah. Oh.
You know, because it's difficult to live out in society after being locked up the way we were locked up and live out here normally. It's very difficult. It's a hard task. You want a tea or coffee?
I'll take some tea.
Yeah.
Okay.